What is up, DTube? What is up, the Steam blockchain? So today I want to talk about Bitcoin being a safe ticket to riches on Earth. I know that, and I should say that's not financial advice, but really. So I wanted to have a little bit of a fun title to this video, and that's what I came up with. So yeah, let's talk about this. So when I talk to people, and I want to take this topic a step further than just the vision that people get in their mind when they think about riches on Earth, because in many ways I think that is kind of true, that it is. But I want to take it a step further, because I've been starting to get very philosophical when it comes to the term or value, basically, and the languages we use. Not just various blockchains and the computer code languages, but also human languages, how humans communicate with each other and how they communicate value to each other. So yes, I do believe that Bitcoin is a safe ticket to riches on Earth. But then again, then comes the definition of what is riches on Earth, basically. But how I want to take it a step further is, so I've been looking at ones and zeros, and the whole how right now we're so obsessed about memory being value. And this is something that we've been obsessed about for many generations, that memory is intelligence, that we look at memory as intelligence. And what is Bitcoin? It basically is, Bitcoin is memory. It remembers, oh, someone had this digital value here, let's remember that. And also that Bitcoin is a true new value system that works in a modern economy, where it really is a digital currency that can very easily get moved around, basically. So okay, so riches on Earth. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. So first, I think that robots will do most of the work on this planet in 5 to 10 years. And now I mean data work, basically. There's still other works that still humans are going to do, but in general, all the data work, I think that most robots are going to do pretty well 5 to 10 years, maybe even take 15 years. But so I think that a lot of people are going to get very so-called rich from, let's say, Bitcoin. But then again, let's take I still think that it's going to be very relative. It's going to be changed, because humans always, they change or how they look at value and stuff like that. So I think a regular person that doesn't own so-called any Bitcoin, that they still will live very nice, and I mean extremely nice, that they will be able to travel and stuff like that. And this may be a bit controversial for some people, because they think that in some aspect, I feel that a lot of people, they just focus on Bitcoin or maybe some other currency. For me, it seems like there are many ways sort of missing that regular humans, they're still also going to have AI. They're still also going to have AI, access to AI and robots that are basically going to be able to do work also for them. So just a regular human that doesn't own any Bitcoin, I still think they will be able to do very cool stuff, very luxury stuff that a regular human right now can't really do. Because a regular human right now, they don't really have access to some super high-tech AI that can basically bring you a lot of value. So yes, riches on Earth for people with massive amounts of Bitcoins. But then it's gonna be just because now we're making this thing where the location of a human it's not really that important anymore. So let's say someone with massive bitcoins. I mean, yeah, they can probably buy some better luxury items, maybe a bigger house, bigger rooms and stuff like that. And that's going to be sort of like earthly riches in many ways. But then for regular people, they will be able to have access to virtual reality, to AI. And they will be able to maybe even simulate that same thing for basically free. And then maybe a person that still gets earthly riches from Bitcoin, let's say he owns a lot of Bitcoin, maybe they don't feel super rich because they see that, oh, everyone can get the same experience. Now, I don't really know how that's going to play out, but earthly riches might change. It might completely change. Even people's idea of earthly riches right now, it might change in just 5 or 10 years. Maybe, and yeah, so maybe we have earthly riches, but maybe someone want to go to some other planet. Maybe we find another planet. Let's say in a few years we find a planet that is better than Earth. Maybe they see that, oh, what's the point with earthly riches if I can go to this other planet, but I need 5 million bitcoins to go to this other planet, right? I mean, it might happen because humans tend to find something new. They always want to expand. And it seems to be the same thing with the universe. It seems like it always some way wants to expand. And so earthly riches, yes. But let's say something, and I'm not really sure how it's going to play out, because if, let's say, everyone has earthly riches, then maybe it's a strange idea, but maybe a person then, even with a lot of Bitcoin, will feel a bit, well, why did I do all this? I didn't have to do all this. Now everyone can experience the same. So it's going to be interesting to see how status will play out, and what humans will look at as value. So as I said earlier in this video, Bitcoin memory, it remembers someone's digital value, and all the memory stuff, it will, when robots can do all the memory stuff, it will not be seen as something impressive in many ways. So it will just be seen as maybe Bitcoin. In some ways, I know that people want to have romantic ideas that in the future everyone is going to look at your Bitcoin. Oh, and they want it so much. But maybe they're going to look at it just as water, electricity, air. You might just see it as, well, you have Bitcoin, I have some other coin, and we're all good. We still have access to the AI. We still have access to virtual reality. We still have access to all this cool stuff. It's not limited. Who knows? Who knows? But it is something that's very, very interesting to talk about. Because I really think a lot of people that have earned a lot, they see that in many ways it's just more ones and zeros eventually. And is it magical? I don't know. It can also be true that in the future people are really gonna look at, oh, you got some Bitcoin, you can buy 10 more houses than me. Yeah, we do have some problems about, we can't have too many mansions on this planet, because, I mean, let's say we're 10 billion humans on this earth. Even if everyone has an AI, it's there's not enough room for 10 billion mansions, I think, or 10 billion Ferraris. It does seem as humans are going to build something new here on this planet, and the new story is going to begin around 2030, maybe 2040. But it seems as humans are going to completely shift their focus, and people may have a hard time to see it right now. But if you just look at what we humans are doing right now, for example, me doing this video via a smartphone, I'm recording myself. I did not have this technology just a few years ago. And now I mean the blockchain tech also, how it works together with this technology. So it's in constant change due to the technology that we're using, and words are something very, very interesting. You know how we say fiat money? If you look up fiat, it's basically a Latin word, I think it was, and I think, yeah, look up the term fiat lux. I think it's fiat lux. Google that term and write Latin or something. It should, what comes up is pretty interesting. And one thing I don't think is going to change is, I know a lot of people think that we're going to know all here because, you know, we did some tech stuff. But what I think is, I think this is just the beginning. And I also think that if you try to dive deeper into knowing life, it just opens up more cubes. This existence is probably some kind of moving cube, moving around. And it doesn't fit into a logical framework. I think humans are also going to realize that eventually, which is going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, we are soon entering into the golden era of human consciousness, where human consciousness can focus on exactly what it wants. You can do exactly what you want. Now that is a good time to be alive. Yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Have a great day, everyone, on DTube and on the Steam blockchain.